Chelsea's midfield was running on fumes. Enzo Fernandez playing through illness, Andrey Santos dropped for a crucial match, Moises Caicedo carrying the entire defensive burden alone. One injury. Understand exactly why Chelsea's midfield could carry them to silverware this season. This is the complete breakdown of Chelsea's midfield revolution. Let us start with the man who has become absolutely indispensable, Enzo Fernandez. When Chelsea paid £107 million for Enzo in January 2023, fresh off winning the World Cup with Argentina, expectations were enormous. World Cup best young player, British transfer record, the pressure was suffocating. And for 18 months, it looked like Chelsea had made a mistake. Graham Potter was sacked, the squad was bloated and chaotic. Chelsea finished 12th. Enzo struggled with a painful hernia that limited his mobility. Critics questioned whether he could handle the physicality of the Premier League. The £107 million man looked lost. But fast forward to 2026, and Enzo Fernandez is not just meeting expectations, he's exceeding them. He has become one of Chelsea's most crucial players. Let me give you the numbers, because the numbers tell the story. In 2025, Enzo scored 11 goals and added 8 assists. Those are remarkable numbers for a midfielder who often operates in deep positions. But what makes him truly special is what those stats do not fully capture. Enzo ranked top among his Chelsea teammates for chances created, top for successful passes. He's the heartbeat of Chelsea's attack, the player who makes everything tick. When Chelsea need creativity, they look to Enzo. When they need progression from deep, they look to Enzo. His passing range is exceptional. Short, intricate passes in tight spaces, long, raking balls that switch the play, line-breaking passes that split defensive lines. He can do it all, and he does it consistently. But the stats don't tell the whole story, because what makes Enzo special is not just what he does with the ball, it's his leadership and his consistency. He was named vice-captain by Enzo Maresca. He complements Reece James perfectly. Where Reece is calm and understated, Enzo is aggressive. Those who know him describe him as a little loco, a little crazy. He delivers team talks at halftime. He demands standards from his teammates. He played through illness recently and earned praise from Liam Rosenior for his commitment. He has covered for Cole Palmer in the number 10 role when needed. He has dropped deeper when Romeo Lavia was injured. He has adapted to whatever the team required. And now, inevitably, the contract talks are starting. Enzo is reportedly among a group of Chelsea players who feel their recent performances should prompt fresh talks about a new contract, and you can understand why. He has been outstanding. There are links to Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. Both clubs are reportedly interested, and why wouldn't they be? Enzo is 25 years old, entering his prime, playing the best football of his career. But here's the thing. Enzo still has more than 6 years left on his current Chelsea deal. He's under contract until 2032. Chelsea hold all the cards here. They don't need to sell. They don't need to panic. Liam Rosenior is reportedly keen to retain the midfielder, and whether Enzo stays at Chelsea next season remains to be seen, but all signs point to Chelsea doing everything possible to keep him, because losing Enzo would be catastrophic. He's not just a good player, he's the creative engine that powers everything Chelsea do offensively. Replacing him would be nearly impossible. Enzo Fernandez has finally become the player Chelsea believed they were signing, and he is absolutely crucial to everything they do. Now let's talk about the man who makes everything else possible, Moises Caicedo. Chelsea paid £115 million for Caicedo in the summer of 2023, the most expensive midfielder in Premier League history. Another massive fee, another enormous expectation, and just like Enzo, his first season was difficult. Critics questioned the price tag, questioned whether he was worth the investment, questioned whether Chelsea had overpaid for a Brighton midfielder who might not be ready for the absolute top level. Those critics have gone very quiet, because Moises Caicedo has developed into one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. Not just the Premier League, the world. His job is simple, but incredibly difficult. Win the ball back, protect the defense, recycle possession. allow Enzo to attack, and he does it all at an elite level. Caicedo is a ball-winning machine. His tackle success rate is among the highest in the Premier League. His interception numbers are elite. He reads the game like someone 10 years older, positions himself perfectly to cut out passing lanes before the ball even arrives. And the physicality people worried about? Not a problem. Caicedo is strong, fast, aggressive in the right way. He wins duels. He dominates the middle of the pitch. Opposing teams know they have to go around him because they can't go through him. But here's what makes Caicedo special compared to other defensive midfielders. He's not just a destroyer, he's technically excellent. His passing is crisp, his first touch is clean. He doesn't just win the balls from deep positions, the quick transitions from defense to attack. That's Caicedo's game.
Watch Chelsea play and you will see the pattern. Caicedo wins the ball, plays it to Enzo, Enzo creates. That partnership is the foundation of everything Chelsea do. Know he is covering. When Caicedo plays, Enzo has freedom to attack because Caicedo is holding. When Caicedo plays, Chelsea control games because he controls the tempo defensively. There is a reason why Andrey Santos looks better when he plays next to Caicedo. There is a reason why Romeo Lavia and Dario Essugo will benefit from learning alongside him. Caicedo makes his midfield partners better by doing the dirty work that allows them to shine. And he is still only 25 years old. He is entering his prime years, £15 million fee. But right now, it looks like one of the best investments they have made, because elite defensive midfielders are rare. Players who can defend at the highest level while also being technically gifted enough to play out from the back. That combination is incredibly valuable. Caicedo is not the flashy player. He is not scoring goals and getting headlines. But ask anyone who understands football, ask any manager, and they will tell you Moises Caicedo is absolutely vital to Chelsea. He is the foundation, the rock, the player who allows everyone else to flourish. And just like Enzo, Caicedo is reportedly keen for contract renewal talks. Chelsea want to wait until summer, but make no mistake, locking down Caicedo long-term is just as important as securing Enzo. Because this partnership, Enzo and Caicedo, is the best midfield duo Chelsea have had in years, and it is only getting better. But here is the problem Chelsea faced heading into the crucial run-in. Enzo and Caicedo cannot play every single game. When injuries hit, when fatigue sets in, depth becomes everything. That's where Andrey Santos comes in, a player so good that Manchester United are reportedly trying to steal him. Andrey Santos is quietly having a brilliant first full season at Chelsea, and Manchester United have reportedly taken notice. Santos arrived at Chelsea with a reputation from Brazil as a complete midfielder, tough tackler, good passer, tactical intelligence beyond his years. But he needed development. He needed experience. So Chelsea sent him to Strasbourg on loan for 18 months, and he was exceptional. Dominated Ligue 1, showed he could handle Europe, one of the big winners. Rosenior knows him, trusts him, and has given him opportunities, and Santos has delivered. In a recent interview with FIFA's Portuguese website, Santos talked about his development. He said, "I am more complete now. I learned to behave better tactically, to know when to press, to cover the spaces better, to position myself better on the field. The technique will always be with you, but you evolve in all aspects, tactical, physical, and technical. The Andrey of 2026 is different from the Andrey of 2023. That is a player who understands his own growth, who has worked on the tactical side, who has become smarter about when to press, when to hold, when to cover." And the comparisons to Jorginho keep coming, not because Santos plays exactly like Jorginho, but because he offers that same tactical intelligence in the first phase of build-up, the ability to dictate tempo, to make passes that do not look spectacular but are crucial 3 moves later. But unlike Jorginho, Santos is physical. He wins duels. He is strong in the air. He can defend one-on-one. He provides assists, and his build-up play is calm and composed. He is excellent with line-breaking passes that slice through defensive structures. And here is the key stat. When Santos plays alongside Caicedo in the midfield pivot, Caicedo performs better than when he plays with Enzo. The balance is perfect. Caicedo can focus on destroying. Santos handles the composure and progression. It just works. But now, Santos is at an interesting crossroads in his Chelsea career. Manchester United reportedly want him. The links are real. United are looking at him as a solution to their own midfield problems, and you can understand why. He is young, talented, versatile, and not getting guaranteed minutes at Chelsea. Romeo Lavia is back from injury. Dario Essugo is getting opportunities, and Santos was even dropped for the Aston Villa match, with Reece James switched to midfield. This is a moment of challenge for Santos. He needs to respond. He needs to prove he deserves to stay ahead of the returning players. He needs to show Chelsea that selling him to Manchester United would be a massive mistake. Because here is the truth. Santos is too good to be a squad player long-term. He is destined for regular first-team football somewhere. The question is whether that somewhere is Chelsea or Manchester United. Chelsea need to be very careful here. Selling Santos to a direct rival could come back to haunt them. He has all the tools to become an elite Premier League midfielder, and if United get him, they get a bargain. Santos is also now a regular for Brazil's national team setup. Carlo Ancelotti has noticed him. A World Cup call-up looks almost certain if he keeps performing. That is the level he is operating at now. So Chelsea have Enzo creating, Caicedo destroying, Santos providing depth and attracting interest from rivals. But for months, there was a hole in the squad. 2 players missing. 2 players Chelsea desperately needed back. Lavia and Essugo. And in March 2026, they finally returned, and everything changed. Lavia, the £60 million question mark. When Chelsea signed Lavia from Southampton in 2023 for around £60 million, he was one of the most exciting young midfielders in Europe. Technically gifted, defensively sound, the perfect long-term partner for Caicedo or Enzo. But injuries destroyed his first 2 years at Chelsea. 98 matches missed in 2.5 years. Hamstring problems, muscle injuries, constant setbacks, watching from the sidelines while his teammates played. It was mentally and physically brutal. There were genuine questions whether Lavia would ever fulfill his potential at Chelsea, whether the injuries had broken him, whether Chelsea had wasted significant money on a player who could not stay fit.
And then came the carefully managed comeback. Chelsea put Lavia on a detailed recovery plan. No rushing, no shortcuts. Building fitness gradually. Managing his minutes obsessively. Making sure every step was done right. His first start since November 5th, 2025 came on March 7th, 2026 against Wrexham in the FA Cup 5th round. 4 months out. Coming back for a crucial cup tie. Chelsea won 4-2 and progressed to the quarterfinals. The composure, the passing range, the defensive positioning, the tactical intelligence, everything Chelsea had been missing. Liam Rosenior was full of praise after the match. He said, "We are coming into a period of games where Romeo Lavia can be really important for us. He has to play minutes. We have to get him up to speed. For him to get 60 minutes in is brilliant because we will need everyone for the run-in." And that is the crucial point. Chelsea are entering the business end of the season. Champions League knockout rounds, FA Cup quarterfinals, Premier League top 4 race. They need depth. They need quality. They need Lavia. The balance Lavia provides is different from Santos. Lavia is more defensively focused, more cautious, more controlled. He's the player you bring in when you need to protect a lead, when you need tactical discipline, when you need someone who will not take risks. But he is also technically excellent. His passing is crisp. His positioning is intelligent. He understands how to shield the defense without sacrificing possession. And having Lavia back gives Rosenior options. He can rotate. He can rest Caicedo without dropping in quality. He can adjust tactics based on the opponent. The injury nightmare might finally be over for Lavia. If he stays fit from now until the end of the season, Chelsea have effectively added a major signing in March. That is massive for their ambitions. And then there is Dario Essugo, the 19-year-old Portuguese midfielder who might be Chelsea's best-kept secret. Essugo made his domestic debut for Chelsea in the same Wrexham match where Lavia returned, came on in the 65th minute, replacing Lavia, played an hour as the match went to extra time, and he was brilliant. 1 assist for Alejandro Garnacho, immediate impact, showing exactly why Chelsea rate him so highly. Essugo is different from the other midfielders. He's younger, raw, but incredibly talented. He has technical ability that belies his age, vision, passing range, the ability to play between the lines and create chances. He is not as defensively strong as Caicedo or Lavia, not as experienced as Enzo or Santos, but offensively, he has tools that could make him special. Rosenior clearly rates him, giving a 19-year-old significant minutes in a cup tie that went to extra time shows serious trust, and Essugo repaid that trust with a performance that got people talking. The emergence of Essugo creates fascinating competition in Chelsea's midfield. He's not ready to start every week, but he is ready for cup matches, for rotation, for specific tactical situations where his creativity is needed. And having someone like Essugo learning from Enzo, Caicedo, and Santos, that is how you develop world-class talent. He is training with elite players every single day, watching how they prepare, how they handle pressure, how they perform at the highest level. Rosenior said after the match, "We have to give Dario Essugo the time on the pitch. They were very good." Grouping Essugo and Lavia together, recognizing that both players are crucial for the run-in. Chelsea's midfield depth just went from concerning to genuinely elite. Enzo and Caicedo as the first choice, Santos pushing them, Lavia back from injury, Essugo emerging as a genuine option. That is 5 high-quality midfielders, 5 players who can perform at Premier League and Champions League level. That is the kind of depth that wins trophies. So, let us put this all together and understand what Chelsea actually have here. Enzo Fernandez is their creative heartbeat, 11 goals and 8 assists in 2025, top among Chelsea teammates for chances created and successful passes, linked with Real Madrid and PSG, but under contract until 2032, the engine that drives everything forward. Moises Caicedo is their defensive foundation, one of the best ball-winning midfielders in world football, makes everyone around him better. The rock that allows Enzo to attack freely. Andrey Santos is the complete midfielder who can do everything, attracting interest from Manchester United, can play alongside Caicedo or Enzo, provides assists and tactical intelligence, a genuine first-team option who makes Caicedo better. Romeo Lavia is finally back from injury hell, on a detailed recovery plan designed to keep him fit, provides defensive discipline and tactical control, allows rotation without dropping quality. Dario Essugo is the 19-year-old future star, 1 assist on his domestic debut, creative spark, learning from elite teammates every day, could develop into something special. That's not just depth, that's elite-level options across the board, and the timing couldn't be better. Champions League knockout stages, FA Cup quarterfinals, Premier League run-in. This is when squad depth matters most. This is when having 5 quality midfielders instead of 2 makes the difference between success and failure. Rosenior knows this. He said it explicitly. We will need everyone for the run-in. He's building a squad that can compete on multiple fronts, that can handle injuries and fatigue, that can adjust tactics based on the opponent. And the competition is healthy. Santos knows Lavia and Essugo are back. He needs to perform. Lavia knows he needs to stay fit. Essugo knows he needs to keep impressing. Everyone is pushing each other to be better. That is how you create a winning culture. That is how you build a team capable of winning multiple trophies. Chelsea's midfield was a problem area just a month ago. Enzo and Caicedo playing every match. Santos showing promise but facing competition. Lavia injured. Essugo untested. Now, it's their biggest strength. The return of Lavia and the emergence of Essugo have transformed Chelsea's options. Combined with Enzo's brilliance, Caicedo's dominance, and Santos's development, Chelsea now have one of the deepest midfields in Europe. This is what makes the difference in trophy races. Not just having a strong starting 11, having genuine quality on the bench, having players who can come in and perform at the same level. Chelsea are entering the most important period of their season with their midfield stronger than it has been all year, and that could be the difference between a good season and a great one. But here's my question for you. Should Chelsea sell Andrey Santos to Manchester United? He's genuinely attracting interest. He's not guaranteed starting minutes with Lavia and Essugo back. United would pay good money. Or would selling him to a direct rival be a huge mistake? Is Santos too talented to let go, even if it means he's not always starting? Drop your opinion below because this is going to divide Chelsea fans. And if you want more tactical breakdowns and squad analysis like this, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're covering the teams, the tactics, and the decisions that define modern football. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.